The things we do to try to get a deer. Moving streams around, it's schedule change season as I call it here on YouTube, hunting season, and there's probably going to be plenty of these, but trying to squeeze in both a morning hunt, an evening hunt, and a stream today is going to be a thing. Bottom boy, thank you for the 48 months, that is quadruple 12, big 12 season. Appreciate you, man, welcome back. I did see someone ask how hunting was. The deer unfortunately let me down this morning, but I did get a doe Saturday, so can't complain. What's up, Noah? Wade's in here, over-the-counter outdoors in here. I like your name, by the way. How'd your Pennsylvania opening day go? Man, I got my first archery deer on my own property. That video is going to be out probably the end of this week. I'm going to try to get to it 9:15 in the morning, something like that. Come walking up. If you guys followed us on Called Outdoors and followed along with the property management series we did, because we probably had close to 10 videos between Will, Aaron, my brother, myself, and one of the things I did with my little 14-acre parcel here was basically took an existing deer trail and literally just with my lawnmower cut it out a couple of times this year to keep the brush low and all the surrounding brushes a lot higher. They walked right up that trail and I got a shot at like 18 yards. I mean, it was so cool for that to actually come to fruition and stuff. So yeah, really excited for that video. It was on film. That'll be, as I said, hopefully end of the week, and it probably will be on Called Outdoors a day or so before. And like what I did with the West Virginia video, the Called Outdoors will just have like more extended stuff, probably more blood trailing, stuff like that, that maybe the average viewer of this channel, there's more here for Call of the Wild, wouldn't care to see as much. So just kind of a distinction between the two if you guys want to check out Called Outdoors as well. Chances of a diamond snowy. Okay, here's my thought process today. Admittedly, as I just talked about getting a deer on Saturday, the deer let me down this morning. The Steelers let me down really this morning. It was like 1 a.m. Maybe that's the luck balancing out, and we can get the diamond snowy today. We're trying something a little bit different. Starting here and going up, usually not something we do, so we'll kind of see if it makes any difference on snowies. Find a max system at SnowTrack in 5 minutes. I don't even know the last one we had in single player, so I'd be happy with that. Active, thank you for the 33 months, by the way. Welcome back. Currently grinding fallow to get a great one before level 60. Did get one at level 21, trying to get two. Hopefully I can get another one at level 38 right now. I like your chances then, if you got one by 21. Seems like something you can pull off. What time is it? It is 12:02 p.m. Normally I stream at 3 p.m., but in order to do a full-length stream, or it's not going to be a 4-hour stream, probably 2.5, something like that, to get a whole stream in and make it out to hunt tonight, had to start quite early. What's up, Wanted? Any target bucks this season? There's a couple. Have I streamed since? Yeah. Thursday and Friday I did, but that was over on Twitch. One of, I mean, really like my favorite buck on the property, who I call Junior. He's just very clearly the offspring of my 180. He showed back up October 2nd. He actually showed up in the area where I hunted this morning. Was hoping this cold front and stuff would get him on his feet. No such luck, but anyway. He's around. There's actually a bigger one than him, though, that showed up literally just one random day. I assume he's in the area anyway. And a couple other solid deer. Have you got that 400 non-tip? No. Another really big buck, though, that we shot. That's actually a stream kill that's going to be in tomorrow's video. Not a non-tip, unfortunately. Took me over 2 hours of tracking to get my first snow leopard. They can be that way. I mean, they can just really be a struggle. You know what I forgot about? Friday's stream, we killed a giant diamond blue sheep. I should make a short of that. Hey, Hunterfies. Great to see you doing that hunting video yesterday. Need more IRL? I don't know if you heard me saying, but I shot a doe on Saturday, so incoming kill video very soon. It's a nice one. They're nicer when you hit them. Well, he'll die. 100% chance of diamond snowy. Is that the forecast today? I like it. No worries, Wade. Found a male snow leopard track and tracked it for an hour and lost the tracks. Was it your own map? Hopefully so you can get back out there and figure out where he is. I'm having a hard time figuring out what it is, Ace Pilot, because the first image looked like New England mountains. Somebody said there's a tree in there that was like I don't know if it was a tree that's native to Japan or like a Japanese something. Because we have like Japanese cherry trees? Something like that in the States a lot. So I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I'm pretty excited to see what it is. I don't know if we'll actually get to do any fishing today, but what did we get on? We caught a diamond fish too. Like one of the ones we didn't have. Oh, white crappie. Accidentally ruined a melanistic whitetail last night. Hey, I know the feeling, dude. I just did it with that blue sheep too. It sucks to do, but that's why it's so you know, exhilarating to find one and stuff, because then you gotta make the shot. Hey, Mel. Wait, you have an IRL hunting channel? I do. I do post videos from IRL hunting on this channel as well, but the IRL channel is, you know, maybe all things IRL hunting related, meaning like off-season stuff, hanging stands, planting food plots, those sorts of videos, and then obviously the actual hunts and stuff like that as well. The videos that go on this channel are just the actual hunts because, you know, most of you guys are here for things like the Hunter Called the Wild and snow leopard hunting. There's a new one from 3 hours ago. Wait, a new what? Hello. I didn't know I had that zone, but okay. Later, pool cat. You got it with the tree. It's a Japanese maple. Okay. I guess the main question is, although you would think that kind of leads a certain direction, right? Are Japanese maple trees everywhere? Are they just in Japan? How are you, Smell? It has caught on. It's a pretty looking sheep. I like it. Okay. Let's just go straight up towards this lake. Sounds good, wanted. But into pistols and hunter right now. It's honestly a lot of fun. Over the years, I've done a number of like handguns only hunts, and not only do they always turn out like fun to actually do and, you know, try to make shots with the handguns and stuff, it can be challenging, but they always do well too. People are interested in that kind of stuff. Last video of the angler was almost 10 years ago. Well, maybe if this new map thing comes out sooner rather than later, there'll be a video again. We do stream it all the time. Unfortunately, today's stream won't have any angler in it just because hunting reasons. Not in game, but in real life. But yeah, twice a week, usually, we stream it, so, you know, there's a little something. Albino diamond yak yesterday, nice. I actually hate you. I hear something. Is there a way to lock the list instead of the wheel? Meaning, like, so you don't have to go back and forth every time? If there is, I don't know of it. Japanese maples are all over New England, so I'm hoping it's New England. Now that would explain why it looks exactly like New England mountains, wouldn't it? I know Pennsylvania's not New England, but I'm thinking of like fish that we have in this area. There's not a lot that's not already in the game, but some stuff. They gotta add horny head chubs. It's a little cryptic, but it seems like they are here in a population that says Virginia. Interesting. Have you ever done pistol hunting in real life? When they made 410 legal for turkey, I took my judge out. Same weapon, a Taurus judge. The only thing I've ever shot with a pistol is a chipmunk. Pretty sure that's the only one. Rock bass? I mean, we have rock bass in the game now, but... before it would lock until you leave the game, now it... Oh, okay. So, I don't know where I saw this, but I did see someone mentioning it. And I couldn't figure out what they were talking about. I didn't even realize that. Oh, that's annoying. I'm assuming then there isn't a option to lock it, but... Yeah, that's frustrating. Some saltwater fishing? Maybe. It depends on where they would put it. I'd like that. Want to get a judge for rabbit hunting. So, just from what I hear, apparently the Taurus Judge isn't exactly the best and most reliable handgun ever made. Maybe that's worth factoring in, but they're fun. I can say that much. Why did you shoot a chipmunk? I was tasked by my dad to take care of the chipmunks that were right below the driveway and were climbing up under the cars and chewing wires, so, you know, that was one way to do it. I just lost a diamond snow leopard yesterday. Lost one. I messed up a diamond ibex. Should I still mount it? It's up to you. A lot of stuff for me, like my Mela blue sheep that I messed up and my Mela snow leopard that I messed up, I still taxed them. A lot of things I don't tax if I mess them up, because I hate walking past them and being like, it's a bad memory, I messed that one up. But, you know, if you're trying to do a Grand Slam multi-mount or whatever, at least looks the same, right? Did I miss anything? I did not know you were live 8 minutes ago. By the way, I harvested a piebald pronghorn. Nice, man. Yeah, early stream today, so hunting-related activities can happen tonight. I think we've shot a blue sheep so far. Kind of a slow start, but we're trying to run through some area that we haven't checked in a while, just see what happens. The Circuit Judge. Oh, okay. Didn't even know that existed. Do you think we can expect a Brazilian map in the Angler? I don't think they're gonna add that many. That was a terrible joke. Like Brazilian. I don't know enough about what kind of fish species you guys have, or you know, anything like that. I would say if the game's around long enough and, you know, enough locations to get hit, I don't see why not. Been watching Alone, not gonna lie, those porcupines look good. Which season are you watching? They will add the Amazon eventually. I mean, that would be... You'd think, anyway. Is it the Amazon that has Arapaima? I'd like that. When will there be another video on Way the Hunter? That is another good question. I don't have any specific plans, but... What was the... Oh, the Melanistic Wolves and... What else even came with that update? Something else. Anyway. I probably should get back out there, and I kind of want to go to Nez Perce again. Maybe we'll do that. Give me Arapaima. Big male. Be a good fight, I can tell you that. Do you think they'll ever come out with a Hunter Call of the Wild 2? I don't know if it'll be called that. I imagine eventually they'll do another hunting game, much like they did Classic and then Hunter Call of the Wild. Hunter5, thank you for the super chat. To everyone reading this, have a good day. Well, you too. Don't leave yourself out. I appreciate it. Maybe you're reading this, so you didn't leave yourself out. Anyway, I appreciate the support. Thank you, man. Just found a diamond tiger. Nice. Kind of thought there'd be a yak here, but... No? Alright. How do you feel about the Falcons this year?
Yeah, how do you feel about
I think they may be contenders, but... It depends on if, like, Drake London and Kyle Pitts can show up like they did Thursday night. Kirko can sling it. He still got it. What's up, Mason? Brandon's in here as well. Welcome on in. Stream on my birthday. Big old 23. Happy birthday, man. Hope you're having a good one. Gonna test my luck at the pond today. Fish me luck. Hopefully you can get something good, man. Fingers crossed. Just want some deep sea fishing. Really like the thought of marlins and Goliath groupers. I think that'd be, you know, a really good, change up from what we have now? Because, like, with the right equipment and stuff, I'm imagining Goliath grouper and marlin to be, maybe the experience isn't all that different. Ideally, there's some, like, differences in, like, mechanics and stuff, how you have to fight the fish. But, you know, the Wells catfish that I caught on light equipment was like an hour and 14 minutes, something like that. I'm imagining things in that realm for them, but I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority there. I liked that experience, like trying to catch the same fish for an hour and a half. Maybe most people would not. Imagine if Adams gets traded to the Falcons. Do they have... Did they trade for Kirk or did they sign it? They signed him, huh? I don't know what their trade capital looks like. Want my Ravens to get Adams. I ain't gonna lie to you. If the Ravens get Adams, I think the rest of the North is cooked. Because they're pretty good as is. You want to see Cousins win a Super Bowl? As long as he's, you know, swag surfing or whatever after the Super Bowl like he was Thursday night, that'd be good. Do you think he'll ever get a face cam? I mean, maybe. Never say never, I guess, but it's, I don't feel like it... At least for me personally, I don't feel like it adds a lot to these streams. You remember watching that Wells stream? My favorite part about it was like every 5 to 10 minutes, there'd be a new wave of people coming back in like, are you still... Is that the same fish? I'd be like, yes, it's still it. And then for like 6 times that would happen. This time of day is better in Norway. I figured for most of Europe, starting the stream around now would be ideal, so it's cool to see, you know, other faces that can make it in. That's the one thing that most of the year we don't get to see as much, because I normally keep the streams on schedule as much as possible. In hunting season, when I'm moving streams around to fit around, you know, cold fronts and whatever else, we get to see other faces in the chat, which is nice. Hey, Young Cross. Got IK Sled from Norway. A whole Norway showing. Welcome on in, guys. I like to know face cam is almost like the hunter or fisherman's talking. I think that's the perspective that I guess is the hope with these streams, but I see the benefit of it. I'm just not a super reactive person anyway, so I feel like I'd just be there. By the way, it's a nice one. I've got my upscaled Gant hair today. Walnut grain and some matte black metal. See how that goes. A Holland map in the angler would be dope. Massive muskie. Okay, I'm in for that. Pike, perch, carp. I'm kind of surprised we don't have muskie already in the game, but I definitely want them. Did we get him? I don't know. If it's that one, oh, he's dead. Nice. I require more pain relief. Mel's getting ice cream. What's up, the Hunter SA? What are the must-have DLCs? I actually did a video on that. Probably 4 months ago, something like that. If you want to check that out, maybe that can help you, but I would say, like, the high caliber weapon pack and the modern rifles pack. Other than that, like, any maps you might want, and you're pretty much good to go. Do you have a video on the musket perks for this game? I don't think I've ever done a video on it. I probably should. You know, 8 years later, it might not be a bad idea. I do have in my Discord screenshots of all the skills and perks that I run, because people ask me all the time. But I don't think I've ever done a video. By the way, we had like a dozen blue sheep run at us last week on stream on Friday, so that's the hunting pressure there. Trying to find the initial... Oh, looking to buy a compound bow. Do you have any recommendations as to how to decide brand or type? I haven't shot a bow in like 8 years. What I would do if I were you is if you can find like some kind of local bow shop, or you can do this at like a Cabela's or whatever too, but in my experience, local bow shops, they're generally more helpful, and also generally you'll get a better price. But I would just go and I'd be like, hey, I'm looking to buy a new bow. Can I shoot a couple and see what, you know, what fits me, what I like? And normally, any place I've ever gone, they're more than willing to accommodate that. Because one of the biggest, I guess, like, not talked about aspects of bow hunting is just the bows fit for you. And I don't mean draw length or anything like that. My draw length has been the same on every bow I've had since 2018. Some fit me better, some fit me worse. The veracity that I have now is like the perfect bow for me. It fits me perfectly. It's like, I guess the best way for me to say it, it's like an extension of my hands. Like, I'm not, it doesn't feel like foreign or weird or anything like that, which it's hard to explain. I know if you haven't shot a bow in 8 years, but just go and shoot some And you'll find aspects that you like about some, maybe like, for me, I don't like super aggressive cams. I'm not going to try to explain what the whole thing is because you might as well just go by feel rather than me trying to explain all that stuff. But yeah, the more you can shoot, the better. Shh, I'm trying to sneak up on a pronghorn. What? Sorry. Haven't played in a while. How come I am seeing that you don't, or you can't? Oh, I see what you're asking me. So, sometime after Sooner Baton came out, there was a kind of a change to specifically how tigers respawn, and also a thing where like main menuing was, what did it do? It like caused instantaneous respawns or something like that, they said. So they removed a couple of things. Grinding is still very much alive and well in the game, but there are, you know, some things that maybe you have to do it a little bit more slowly and methodically. Will this year's classic Halloween event be held normally? That is a question I don't have the answer to, but I wish I did. And because the Summer Fiesta event didn't happen, and they tweeted out, this was just last week. I will pull this up because it is quite relevant to the question. Okay, they said, it's been a while, we know. Sorry this little tech issue is unpleasant, but rest assured, it's still being attacked. While some of us are attacking it, the rest are working on the game, so there'll be plenty of new content and bug fixes coming out soon. So that's both encouraging and, I guess, worrying. I believe that tech issue that they're referring to is the thing that prevented the Summer Fiesta event from happening. And I hope that doesn't mean that there's the chance the Halloween event doesn't happen. But at this stage, I just don't know. He's dead? Nice. How many hours do you have in Hunter? I am at 7,604. Just got Cinder Baton and found an albino gold water beef, but the game crashed before I could tax it and then it respawned as a diamond? What are the odds of that? Am I understanding correctly that you ended up missing out on the diamond, right? You weren't able to keep that, but the albino, but you got the diamond? Oh, what a bad time to take a drink. Oh, even better. That'll do. Please don't cancel Halloween. The disappointment would be so real. I'm sure they'll figure something out, but I guess all I'm saying is I can't definitively say, like, yeah, definitely happening right now. I'd like to, maybe I'll message somebody and see if I can at least get, like, an official word that I can you know, answer that question with when people ask, because a lot of you guys have been asking, and for good reason. Game's still lagging on PS4. Any update regarding that? That's not something I've heard about, but I can believe that there's lag issues, because I remember when Rancho released. It's a nice time to stop. The frame rates were just terrible, so, you know, as things have only gotten, you know, more detailed and graphics have only gotten better, not super surprising, unfortunately, that it's still an issue. If you like the 45 Rolston, it's awesome. I don't use it a lot. You know, going into multiplayer as much as I do is a risk every time that we're gonna find something cool and then like disconnect or whatever. That's why I don't do a lot of like bow hunting or no scopes or whatever, because the ideal is you see it, you shoot it, you claim it, you tax it as quick as possible, because, you know, you could crash or be kicked or desync or whatever at any given time. When I do, you know, bring a handguns only hunt and use the Rolston though, it's so much fun. Is there a Halloween event coming for Call of the Wild? Haven't heard anything. I'd like if they did. Trying to catch Big Larry, do you have any tips to help catch him? I'm assuming you're in the right location or wherever. You've looked up where he's spawning this, or she actually is spawning this week. I know one of Big Larry's traits is like soaker or something like that. You have to leave the bait in the water for several minutes before she'll ever bite. That's one thing to keep in mind. Beyond that, sometimes you'll see her surface. You know, try to keep an eye on where she's at. What's up, Luke? What are your thoughts on the new teasers for the new angler map? We were talking about that before, trying to figure out where it might actually be, and like what fish should kind of come along with that. So somebody said they're Japanese maple trees, I believe. Like in that first image, it looks like New England mountains, which those are in like northeast US as well. But if it is Japan, there might be a little potential for saltwater fish in there, and I'm really kind of hoping that's what they do. Oh, broke my wrist, which I don't really care about having a broken wrist. It sucks it happened right before hunting season. That was my first thought as well. That's no good. Are you going to be able to do any kind of hunting with that? Have you gotten that diagnosis or whatever where a doctor would have told you that? This game either needs to stop supporting last gen or we need a new game that is current/next gen only. So I talked about this with Way the Hunter when it came out, because there were a lot of disappointed PS4 and Xbox One. I always have a hard time with the old gen Xbox because they're named all the same. But there were a lot of disappointed console players that couldn't play it. But, you know, in order for them to put their best foot forward, I understood why they just went on next gen. Call of the Wild probably does face that issue sooner rather than later. It'd be interesting to see what they do. I looked that up in New England and didn't get any results. Okay, just in Virginia. I mean, I guess that's still... Virginia would be a choice for a fishing map. I'm not sure why they would go that route necessarily, but then again, no reason to think it isn't just Japan. The game wouldn't even have run on last-gen consoles? You're probably right. Not even probably. Why do you sound so different from your old videos? I don't know. Been doing it for like 10 years, so that's probably part of it, but different mic, different, I'd say like, to a degree, confidence is part of it. Like, my oldest videos, I was always, like, okay, there's a little bit of a reason for it, so maybe I should give the backstory on it. The Hunter Classic, which is what I started doing YouTube with, most of the, I'll say like air quotes, not to like demean them or whatever, but air quotes veteran players of the game and stuff, they would say like no running ever. Like if they were hosting a multiplayer game, these were in the rules. Do not run, do not get within 500 meters, you know, bow hunting only, whatever. So I guess people took stuff very seriously, and I always wanted to be taken seriously in classics, so I was like super like, nothing's funny, monotone voice. We're gonna shoot this deer. Got him. Yes. Yeah, eventually came to realize that was dumb. So I don't do that kind of stuff anymore, but you grow and get more confident as you go along. Seems Japanese maples only produce asexually, so I think they're continued by people copying the tree with crafting. I learned nothing from my agriculture class last week. That's interesting. I didn't know any trees work that way. Where would you recommend hunting in Pennsylvania this coming winter season? I mean, the main thing I would say is either... if you ever heard of the Orange Army, it is a reputation that's well earned. PA hunters, we take it pretty seriously out here, so there's a lot of orange out there come rifle season. So, if you think there's any chance, or if there's any possibility of being able to hunt private land, whether you know somebody or whatever, getting permission for that is definitely something I'd look into. Otherwise, you know, whatever your local public land is, if you can do a little scouting and find a good spot, that'd be the move. What's up, Sea Kayak? Got a new cystic Leopard, but it wasn't as bright? What you mean? I saw it, TLC. Yeah, I feel like there wasn't a lot there. Like, to look at and determine what it was, I mean. I did see it, though. Having problems hunting magpie geese. Are you having problems with crocs spooking them specifically? That's the one thing I might be able to help with. They seed and people grab the tree. Okay. If anglers continue to use classic operating methods, it'll be a masterpiece. Classic operating methods. That part I'm missing. What was your favorite Call of the Wild moment? Oh, jeez. Great One Moose on stream was pretty cool. Thousand Coyote, because, you know, that being a whole team effort, and at the time, not only were, you know, 1,000 diamonds rare, but just diamonds in general. They were so insanely rare at that time, nobody knew, you know, what we were doing, really. That's probably my favorite. Great One Whitetail was amazing. I don't know how I'll ever top that specific thing. For it to run right past me like that was absurd. Pick a map you like. How about, I don't know, Quattro popped into my head. Do you have a target buck for the evening? This evening we're going to go to my parents' place. I am planning on trying to... I don't know if I'm going to hold out for a buck. If I get a shot at a mature doe, I'll probably take it. I'll explain that in a second. I'll answer the target buck thing. There's probably only 1 or 2 bucks on that property that I am aware of right now that are like definitive target bucks. There's one we call Big T, which is just short for Big Tall. He has like 8 or 9 inch brow tines probably, and that property just does not have those genetics. So I don't know where he came from. Every whitetail like ever there has like 3 inch brows. So he's a cool one. I don't know, maybe 120, something like that. The other one, what the heck's, I don't know if we ever named that one. It's just a, you know, quality 9 point with a split brow. First stream, welcome on in. Found the picture is very mountainous. Is it? Can you post it in Discord or something? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. What's up, official? Thank you for the 1 month. Appreciate that, man. Is it new or is it... It lies to me the way that it says. It's acting like it was a renewal. Nonetheless, I appreciate the support either way. Just pinged you, gotcha. Oh, that's not the one I saw. What's the thing in the... Is it a person? Yeah, I think. Looks pretty intriguing though, I like it. Why don't you stream with a webcam? I don't really feel like a webcam would add a lot to these streams. Maybe one day I'll change my mind, but... Just kind of sitting here looking forward, you know what I mean? Caleb, thank you for the... Okay, so it must be lying to me, but thanks for becoming a new member. Appreciate you, man. Welcome on in. Hey, Assassin. Have you got anything good? Nothing to speak of so far. Whoa. Hey, level 9. Not a snow leopard for anybody who's not looking. What timing? Wow. It's kind of a good one, 277. I guess we'll tax that. Probably not a better weapon to have for an 11 meter just running shot than the Ganthair. Didn't quite get full session score. 95% quick kill though. We take those. Hey, iFish. Wrong legendary again? Man, like... Not that Diamond Yak are hard to get. So, you know, if you spend enough time up here in the mountains looking for snowies, it's kind of inevitable you'll find a level 9 yak, but even still. How many hunts are we going to find legendary and Diamond Yak, but not snowies? What's up, Mega Nate? Is it worth carrying the Ganthair? Worth? I think you can make the argument it's worth it. Like, the 300 AR or whatever will work just fine. The Ganthair, like, up here for aggressive yak and stuff is really effective. And I'm not really shooting very many yak that aren't aggressive. But obviously, you know, this versus that. If you can put a scope on something like the 300 AR or the 338 or whatever you want to use, the range component definitely comes into play. Would you say that a Diamond Snowy is more exciting than a Great One? In a way, but it's different. Caleb, thank you, by the way, for the super chat. Appreciate that. Do you have any tips to get a Diamond Snow Leopard? I'm the wrong person to ask. I think I'm, minus my own map, because I always struggle, but I think I'm decent at finding snow leopards, but as far as specifically getting a diamond, I don't know that there is any method beyond just keep on hunting and try to get one. I want to know myself, exactly, yeah. Hey, Tristan. Think about a diamond snow leopard versus a Great One in terms of, like, excitement. There's an extra layer with Great Ones because, you know, you have normally thousands of kills and, who knows, a couple hundred hours specifically just doing that task. There's such a, like, feeling of relief and stuff that even if, you know, this snow leopard thing's been going on forever, but I don't think the relief factor is as much as just the excitement of finding the thing. I think if they added high fence, you could put up and put deer and stuff in there and grow Great Ones on like 100 acres of property on a map. You think that'd be kind of cool for a game? I had an idea for something kind of like that years ago, and I always wished it was a thing. My thought wasn't high fence so much as just like different pieces of property. And, you know, maybe you could earn money one way or another and purchase additional property and, I don't know, plant food plots, that kind of thing. If deer had genetics that mattered, not quite like Way the Hunter, but similar. And what I also thought is like deer should have personalities. Because what would be cool is, you know, let's say in said fictional game, there's a 5.5-year-old buck and you try to call him in and he spooks. Maybe his personality is more passive, and next time you see him as a 6.5-year-old the next year, you're like, oh, that's that, I don't know, crab claw buck or something who wasn't aggressive. I'm gonna have to try to like wait this out and catch him in a food plot or whatever. That's probably a level of detail that would be too uninteresting to the vast majority of players to where it's never gonna be a thing in a game, but I would love that. Hey, K-Dog. Getting deep here. What's up, J-Tac? Fall weather, dude, is it not the best? It was a little chilly out there in the stand this morning, but I will take that over 80 degrees any day of the week. What's up, Chopper? Good luck. We're gonna need it, man. I appreciate you. Already 3,000 kills into my fallow grind, and I'm so bored at this point. I believe I like your chances of getting one soon. You know, fallow grinds generally happen in less than 3,000 kills, so hopefully it's just around the corner for you. We'll have to ask when you get the Diamond Snowy, which are you more relieved to get? Diamond Snowy or Diamond Bobcat? It will depend on how long this goes on. But I think Friday's stream, I talked about it a little bit. The main difference is I don't hate coming to Sooner Baton and run around and hunting. Like, New England, it was like pulling teeth, like, I gotta go to New England again, I gotta go try to get Diamond Bobcat. Alright, what are we doing different? Let's grab a 223 or something to make the hunt interesting. Like, I don't have to do that here. This is still just fun. Did you try the shooting in the woods method I was telling you about? Shooting in the woods. Can you remind me? Can't play the game often because it's only at my grandpa's. I get you. Going hunting in... Oh boy, I'm stupid. MA is... Massachusetts? Hang on. MA abbreviation state. Massachusetts, okay. Because Maine's ME, and that's the one that always gets me. Anyway, I was right the first time. With the bow the first time, any tips? I mean, the biggest thing I always say with bow hunting is, like, practice. the more shots you send downrange, you know, in preparation, the better off you'll be. As far as like specifics to Massachusetts, I've never been there, but I assume it's kind of similar to here. A lot of sitting in a tree, either over like a field edge or over a trail or whatever, and just waiting. But I'm really, like, I'm a big believer in like doing whatever you got to do to stay in the stand. Because I imagine like an older generation of hunters probably would look down on me because I sit there and like scroll on my phone all morning. But if that keeps me in the stand for an extra hour, I don't care what they think about it. You know what I mean? So maybe that's something else to look at, whether it's reading or having your phone or something to keep your attention. Oh, where you sneak up in the woods on the top right and fire a shot, look for leopards fleeing? I was thinking you might have been talking about that. Alright, so when you say top right, like here? What's up, Ron? Best way to make XP? Probably running up the coast, the far east coast of Emerald Coast, and shooting crocs. Hey Clark, what's going on, man? Have you hunted anywhere in real life other than the US? No, I've hunted in 4 or 5 states now, I think, but only in the US. You ever watch your own vids? My hunting videos I'll rewatch. One of the coolest things about self-filming and, you know, posting real life hunting content is getting to relive those moments. Usually it's buck videos, but I'll watch doe videos too. Stop giving Flinter the wrong diamond? I know, right? I'm gonna do a strike like the dock workers and get more money for my lack of diamonds. Around that lake? Gotcha. What fish do you think of in the new map? I guess it depends on where it actually is. If we go, because we were talking about the Japanese maple tree thing. If we just operate under the assumption that it's in Japan, I don't know a single fish species there. My only hope, though, would be it could be like, what do I want to say, coastal Japan maybe, where there's some lakes inland, some creeks, whatever, but then also saltwater fishing. A little best of both worlds thing. So I'm gonna go moose hunting, but my husband won't come with me. I really thought that was gonna be the other way around, where I was gonna say my husband won't let me go along. You have to. Here's what you do. All right, you got to get your hands on some moose burgers, and then you really make sure you make them really good, and then problem solved. What chat is bro reading? My chat? What do you mean? Something's disjointed though, because I've noticed, like, and we haven't dropped any frames, so it shouldn't be delayed. I've noticed some of you guys' chats are like way after something happened responding to something else, so it may be wise to refresh, maybe see if that fixes it, because it does feel off to me. Not everybody's off, though, because JTax responded to something I just said. Moose hunting is so much fun, especially during the rut. I'd like to do it. Like, it's a bucket list hunt for me, but, like, not top of the bucket list. Do you fish in real life? I do. I only got out a couple of times this year, but did some fly fishing. Caught my first smallmouth bass on a fly rod. Test, is this thing on? Testing. 1, 2, 3. What's the origin of your name, Flinter? So, short version of a longer story. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2009, one of my favorite games ever. The main character was Flint Abrams. When I finished playing that game for the 100th time, I needed something new to play, found the Hunter Classic. It required an account name to be made, so I was going to do Flint Abrams. Somebody beat me to that. Somebody had already done Flint, so for some reason, Flinter was what I went with. It's on. Yeah. Would you want to go hunt red deer in Europe? This is a tough question for me to answer. Like, would I want to hunt red deer? Yes. But it would need to be in, I guess, the right type of scenario. Like, TK's red deer he shot, I think it was in Ireland, I'm pretty sure. That's the type of red deer hunting I'd be most interested in. I'd be... Just because it seemed to me like that was... the closest thing to what we have is like a public land hunting experience here. Coming back to West Virginia? As far as this year, it's hard to say. If for some reason everything worked out perfectly and somehow both Will and I have time for that, it could happen. In all likelihood, probably not till next year. Time to make some waffles. Alright, I want one though. The Goober of Thuber. What's up, Hatchet? Speaking of waffles, well, breakfast food, Kyla's been making sourdough English muffins, and I think we have just unlocked the cheat code to life. There's no option for a year subscription? For what? I'll chuck it like a frisbee. A waffle? Time for me to make some coffee. There you go. The other Saturday morning, right before I ended up shooting that doe, because Kyle and I were going to climb down at 9:30. Nothing was happening. And I was sitting there like, you know, got up at whatever, 5:45. No, like 5:30 Kyla woke me up. Because she thought I said 5:15. I said 5:50. So anyway, I was just like daydreaming about coffee, like, it's going to be just such a nice way to chillax after sitting out here all morning. And then a deer walks out. To your channel. Wait, are you talking about membership or subscribing? In AP Environmental Science right now, nice. Is that a fun class? I don't know if you're paying any attention to me, hopefully you're paying attention to class, but I didn't have any such cool classes when I went to school. You know, back in my day, they tell you reading and writing arithmetic. Anyway, any fish in this stream? Probably not. It depends. Basically depends on how the snowies treat us, but this is probably going to be like a 2.5 hour stream. Hunting calls, unfortunately. No option for membership year subscription. I don't know if you can do any sort of extended ones. Pancakes with cocoa powder. That sounds like it'd be good. I didn't get none of that book learning. They tell you to tie your shoes and bale hay. I don't know if that sounded as dumb to you guys as it did to me, but... I shot a doe on Saturday, K-Dog. That's... Oh, actually, I need to rewatch the footage. I might have had a spike chase some does past me Saturday evening. I can't tell if he was running from something, but I don't remember their tails being up. But he was either doing like those little chasing grunts or he was coughing. I just couldn't quite tell it. It all happened so fast, and they literally ran underneath my stand like I could have spit on them. Is Daniel the way to pronounce that? I really hope I'm getting that correct. Thank you so much for the super chat. Love your content. Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate the support. Alright, so the idea here is to shoot into the air and try to get a snow leopard fleeing call, right? I've been spurned. Does anyone else think twice about letting an arrow fly? Because I started thinking about having to clean and quarter. The only time I've ever, like, literally once, I've had that thought. And it wasn't even like, oh, this is going to cause me so much work. Because I was 15 or something. My dad was still doing the majority of any kind of butchering and stuff like that. But, we had a whole dump truck load of coal for, like, the furnace that we needed to unload. And it was, like, right at dark. This doe steps out. It's probably 30 yards, something like that. And I just remember specifically thinking, like, Dad's gonna be so mad. Like, is this gonna be a problem if I shoot this? And just the hesitation, I whiffed so bad. I missed it by a mile. He's got my first time in Banting at level 15. Nice. Congrats. Why don't you start a grind on single player? I am in single player. There's not really much of a method to grind them. Well, Apparently there is, because Bopsicle, one of the mods of the official Discord, has like 30 diamond snowies. I don't know how that would be done, but as far as just like going around and hunting them, we've been doing single player and multiplayer the entire time. Where are you going? Was Kyla happy that Alabama lost Saturday? I don't know. It was rather unexpected from where I was sitting. I saw they were losing, but like you always get those tweets and stuff like Bama or Georgia or somebody will be down like 7-0, right? Or maybe 10-0. And everybody's like, oh, and then they win by 30, you know? So I saw the tweet about the first half and I was like, doesn't matter. And then Vandy actually did it. They done did it. That makes sense to me, Braden. When I shot that block in West Virginia, we found out real quick how maybe being a little more prepared for success would have been a good idea. I never even thought to like have a cooler with me or anything like that. I never once did the thought cross my mind like, after you shoot this in a state where it's going to be pretty warm, you then have to figure out how to keep it cool. So we were rushing around for sure. Freddie Goodfellow, thanks for coming to A Tuesday, by the way. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. Enjoy the member badges and emotes. Was expecting the Giants to lose horribly. I'm glad I didn't do it. So, I decided to try DraftKings, because I've been using FanDuel for sports betting. And DraftKings has a couple of things like sacks and stuff that FanDuel didn't have that I wanted to mess around with. So anyway, you get like 8 $25 bets for free if you sign up. And I was like, what the heck. I hit on the Steelers-Cowboys under point total, by the way. But Seattle was down, and it was like 2 minutes left, and they were like, I don't know, plus 600 or something to win. And I was like, they're going to do it. And I almost placed the bet, but I didn't have, like, there was no coverage for the game here. So I didn't know what was going on in the game. I didn't know if they were going to get the ball back or whatever. And sure enough, they did, and then they got the block kick. Gotta head out, no worries. Appreciate you hanging out for a little while. Is that their next opponent, Dustin? What's up, Fearless? Going pretty good. Got up first thing this morning. Went out to one of my favorite tree stands, just location-wise, that we have. Didn't end up seeing anything, but it was a nice morning to be out. Now we get to do a little snow leopard hunting. Maybe we'll actually get one at some point. And then heading out again this evening for hopefully more luck than this morning. In Baltimore. Wait. No, it is DC. I was gonna say it's not a very far trip for Washington. And then I was thinking they're Washington State, but they're not. Bungles can't do anything right? They can do offense right generally, but defense not so much. I don't know at what point I lost my ability to use the 44, but man, have we been bad with it lately. Got one video coming out with a tag filled probably this weekend, Stan. I'm excited for that video. I think it's gonna be only a couple of days worth of footage, like Saturday and today basically, but it should be a full video's worth of stuff going on. Like Saturday morning, when I ended up taking the doe, was just everything worked out so well. The only thing that didn't work. So Kyle and I hunted, it's probably 130 yards apart, something like that. Probably not even that. Close. So anyway, after I shot it, Kyla came up to help track, and I gave her the camera to film it and stuff. And I got up to the deer, set the GoPro down, got the camera set up, and went and did like the, little sit behind the deer and talk about what happened thing. And all of a sudden the camera started like freaking out. and apparently half that got corrupted. But I had the GoPro rolling, so we'll make it work. But it's gonna be a little bit of an awkward angle. Saying animal species in the game that I'm gonna hunt right now. Mountain goats. What's up, Hunter Gaming? Broncos are good defensively, horrible everywhere else. They've been scoring some points, but I haven't gotten to watch the games. Like, are they actually bad on offense, or? So, here's what I think happened, JTAC. Either, when I formatted the card, something got screwed up, but I had 30 minutes of footage, or maybe 20. Prior to that with no issues. I wonder if Kyla accidentally hit the slot select button. So it was trying to, like, record on the two different cards at the same time. That's what I'm assuming happened. But it could have been the card. I reformatted it, though. And I have at least an hour's worth of footage on there now, and it's fine. That was a big buck at the end of your video that Will was dragging out of the water. It was an awesome deer, man. The things that happened that weekend, I mean, obviously the buck, and Will having to jump in the creek to get it. And then, right after that, which obviously none of this is on film, that bank that the buck went down over was super steep, super slick, and the deer, not only was it a big-bodied deer generally, but it was also waterlogged, so it weighed a ton. And just in an attempt to kind of get it to wherever we were going to, start to get it up over the bank, it started to slide back down in the water. So everybody was like, oh, grab the deer. And then the camera took a tumble and was heading straight for the water. I still don't understand. I mean, I swear Will jumped like 15 feet, like down off the bank into the creek, caught the camera literally at the last possible second and saved it. But like that one moment that took 30 minutes to play out because everything's in slow motion, that encapsulated like the entire trip, frankly. Hey, Maximus. I have hunted in Tennessee. Aaron and I went down there in 2022. No. Yeah? I guess so. That doesn't seem right. But it had to have been. Anyway, we went down there for their muzzleloader season. I didn't end up having any luck. Aaron actually hit a buck the first morning we were there, but he hit it a little bit high and it just dropped it and it got back up and took off. Something I'd like to go back and do again. I saw black bears everywhere, though. I know that. What's that, Maximus? What part of Tennessee? Northern? I'm pretty sure we were within like a mile of the Kentucky border. Sounds good, one, and good luck to you. Favorite song? I don't know. I don't listen to a ton of music. Let's think. When Ain't No Love in Oklahoma comes on, it's definitely a good jamming song. I don't know if it's my favorite song, but when it comes on, I'm like, yeah, I like this. You're so weird. Go listen to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Joe Fearless, thank you for subscribing. We went down in Lynchburg. I wouldn't be able to point to it on a map, but I know of it. Smoke anything in West Virginia? No. Will's uncle got that buck. I was trying to think if, like, literally anything happened. Not a lot, to be honest. The bucks weren't super cooperative for us. I know your actual favorite song is my rendition of Stacy's Mom. Is that right? You should sing it for the class. Biggest buck in real life was 180 and 6/8. That was back in 2021. That one. The head on that deer. They don't make them like that anymore. Storms last night were insane. Dude, did you see the shots of Acrisure Stadium with the lightning all around? It was like that when I was driving home, too. Thank you, Go Fearless. I appreciate that, man. I don't understand people who don't listen to music. It's the only thing I do nowadays besides school. I mostly listen to, like, podcasts and stuff like that if I'm doing anything, I guess. To be honest, like, when I go and eat lunch, or if I'm, even like when I go to grab trail camera cards, I'll usually just have a podcast on and listen to that in one ear or whatever. What's up, Blanky? It's going alright. The snowies have been avoiding us, but, you know, that's nothing new. Did you miss anything? Nothing to speak of so far. There's that, but you know, not exactly special. I think we caused that. I'm gonna sit here a minute just on the off chance that's a still leopard chasing that. I don't think it is, but finally got my arrows for my longbow last week, so I'm hoping by November I'll be able to try this deer hunting with a bow thing. Getting good groups of 20, nice. I'm not super well versed in like the traditional archery space, but as far as I know, like 20 tends to be about as far as most people take shots with traditional bows anyway, so if you're getting good groups of 20, then you're in good shape. Doing my 100 safety course, there you go. One step away from getting a license. Well, assuming you're the same as us, one step away. I don't know where they hide these things, but that ain't where we're going. Let's try over here. The only way to play games is while singing at the top of your lungs. That's my response to that. Shadow didn't think that was funny. Heading down the morning to go hunt in the mountains. There's a good cold front. We had a pretty nice front blow through last night, which I thought was going to keep the deer on their feet longer, but it's a weird front. The daytime high is like 20 degrees colder than yesterday, but the low was about the same. So I'm hoping it's going to be more of an evening activity day, but we'll see. We all know you like the music playing in the stream. I actually can't hear it. I do like it, but the Twitch streams, I can hear that music. These streams, I cannot. Bro speaks deer. Wow. Not trying to grow my YouTube channel, but how do they get more views on videos? I mean, honestly, like, current YouTube shorts are probably the best way to, like, try to generate some... Like, I look at shorts as almost a mini advertising board for the channel, because YouTube pushes shorts so hard. If you look at a normal YouTube video, it'll have pretty considerable traffic for something like 48 hours, and then it'll start to kind of, I'll say, swan dive down. I don't know, like the graph kind of, you know, drops off. Shorts don't tend to do that. Shorts, especially if they catch on, have a much different growth pattern for views. And again, it's because, you know, the way the algorithm treats them. So that's what I'd be looking at if you do want to try to, you know, see views go up. Just did what? My second great... Oh, spawned. My second great one red deer. Nice, man. Favorite map to hunt on? Still Layton Lakes after all these years. Just something about the species list and nostalgia. We were talking on Friday's stream, like, one of the cool things about Layton is a lot of people who have spent some time there, like, we know all the regions. Like, if I say, like, yeah, go hunting Caliburn, people know where that is. Or Willowpeg, or Chopeka, or Runaki, or Balmont, or Mount Leviathan. Did I get them all? I'm missing one, right? Maybe I did get them all. Oh, High Lake. It's kind of like a real place, like, You know? If you told me, other than like Bosque Muerto on Parque? Bosque Altos Rancho. There's a few regions I kind of know, other maps. Layton's different. Make Layton Lakes great again. I'll translate what you meant, Mel. Back in my day, Layton Lakes was teeming with wildlife. Now these kids come in and introduce their population resets and what's it? My papa used to kill a buck from that stand every year, and now I haven't seen a 3-year-old since I was 3 years old. About like that. Old Layton was amazing. Old Layton probably was better. I like that there's elk in some other places and stuff, but maybe it's because I haven't hunted it as much, but it felt defined. Like, you know, if you go into these areas, you're going to see elk and moose and whatever else. If you go into, you know, if you go way back, Valmont was like just deer. It was like blacktail and whitetail. Maybe coyotes and bear in there too. At some point they put a bunch of moose in Valmont and moved things around, but it's undergone several changes. The most recent ones, I feel like there's just kind of stuff everywhere. Yeah, the mission still being screwy sucks, mistress. Map's the best for making money? Probably Te Awaroa and Emerald Coast, I would say. Surprised grouse aren't on New England. Kind of surprised generally we don't really have... Like, it's Reventuli has grouse, and that's it, right? Eh. That one blacktail deer mission by the bridge where there's no blacktail anymore. Coyote missions are a problem. There's like a cow elk mission that's, like, really difficult. What's up, Joe? Was a solid morning. Didn't see any deer movement, unfortunately, but I hunted, like, a very particular spot. Like, basically a little opening that... a couple hundred square feet, probably, in just, like, a super dense swamp. So, you know, they could have been moving 50 yards in that swamp, and it's so thick I wouldn't have known it. But, relatively low risk in terms of, you know, getting in there and bumping deer and potential high reward. Hydro, thank you for becoming a super shooter. I really appreciate that. Flinter is 4'2" and 40 years old / 12 years old. All these things are accurate. And when I was younger, I was 4'3", but the joints are starting to shrink these days. You know how it goes. Wake up in the morning and I can't even get out of bed anymore. Mason, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that, man. Just got it behind my grandpa's house this morning. First time in 15 years. Found an old stand and climbed up to check it out. 3 minutes later, a doe walked by at 30. Turns out it was my cousin's. Does that mean there's part 2 coming? I'm assuming that's what that means. I like old stands, though. There's something about like an old wooden stand that just... I usually don't climb them because there's a decent chance you're going to fall out. Something's going to break or whatever. But it just makes me want to climb it and go sit there. What about the Hirsch Eurobison mission? It's been long enough since I've done them, I don't really specifically remember it. Not yet, Edmund. Probably going to be a video working on that again this week. I need wild boar and coyote. I think that's it. New England Mountains is my favorite map because it's got fall colors like Tennessee and North Carolina. It visually is probably like top 3 for maps for me anyway. I just wish it had like more unique species. I ruined the Layton Lakes. Flantrell, I finally talked to a woman and I didn't get scared. That's what we call progress. What's up, Ribbit? Opinion on Sunday hunting in PA? Okay, so this is a interesting topic. the main reason I'm for Sunday hunting in PA is because I think generally more hunters having more opportunities to get out is good for the sport and like the I won't even say growth of it necessarily, though growth is good too, but just like the continued existence of hunting. If there are more people that are like, you know, I work 6 days a week, I'm only off Sundays, you can't hunt on Sundays in PA, I'm not buying a license. If those people are now like, well, now I can hunt, you know, on my day off and I'll buy a license. I think that does help. But the one thing, like I told this to Kyla yesterday, you know, we got up first thing Saturday morning, I ended up shooting that doe, so that was the whole thing. Got it up to my parents at like 12 o'clock, and then, or no, 11 something, and then we were done skinning it at 12 o'clock. Then, my dad's well pump needed pulled, and it's like a 260-foot well, so that was a thing. Anyway, long day, hunted in the morning, hunted in the evening, ended up shooting that deer, so that, you know, added some additional work. And I was exhausted. I mean, I slept till like 9 o'clock on Sunday, and that's the one thing I like about no Sunday hunting is like, there is no, I should get up, but I just want to sleep. It's just like, I get to sleep in. Super controversial? It definitely is. Okay, there's Mason's Part 2 there. He passed in 2017 after 2 tours. The family decided not to take it down. There's a tree right next to it. I'm going to saddle in and hunt next to him again. Going to self-film it and share it with everyone. That'd be awesome, man. There's my grandpa Stan. He died of cancer in 2003. September 2003, I believe. His little, like, hunting blind thing still stay. I mean, it's been like 20 years, and we still just leave it there. Go and hunt next to it every now and then. It's kind of, you know, falling into where we don't hunt in it anymore, but it's just one of those things that's, it's kind of cool to leave it. What gauge of shotgun do you prefer for turkey? I wanted to say, as big as I can get, I need all the help I can get. I think 12 gauge is a really solid turkey gauge, like just for me personally, that's what I kind of prefer to go with, but I don't know if there's a right answer to that necessarily. The right gun in the right person's hands could be, you know, any number of things. No way Flinter streams when I'm at work, or not at work. Even better. Hey, thanks, Lance. There was out-of-state friends of my grandpa's that finally quit coming this year, meaning like why you ended up going there. I prefer to miss turkeys. Yeah, or hit them bad with a rabbit choke. I don't know if I'll ever completely get over that. Like, because I had never rabbit hunted before. So it wasn't really a thing in my mind, like, I barely remember actually changing the choke from extra full to modified for rabbit hunting. I genuinely believe if I had the right choke in that gun, I'd have killed that bird. But, like, it's just another mistake in a long list of mistakes turkey hunting for me. And, you know, like, Saturday morning getting that doe, it's amazing. Like, when stuff works out, it's amazing how, like, straightforward and simple it is. Like, I put that stand up, it was actually 2 years ago, but I put that stand up, and I've been maintaining that trail to try to convince the deer to move through there in the early season, and it worked exactly like it was supposed to. I shot a deer on that trail at 18 yards broadside. She ran 60 yards and died literally 5 feet from my property line, on my property. Like, and, not only that, 15 yards from the main trail out of the woods. Like, it basically could not have worked any better. And then you have the other side of the script, which for me is just turkey hunting generally, where nothing ever goes right. And even when stuff does, something else goes wrong to screw it up. That's how it goes. What's up, K-Flow? Why wasn't I notified about this? This was a secret. You weren't supposed to be here. What level are you in the angler? 79 or 80, I think. 106, you should have that, is it a spinning rod? There's a really good level 100 rod. I hunt a turkey with a -1 gauge. Turkeys are just smart and lucky. They are smart, but you know what gets me every year? whenever I'm not turkey hunting, I get, like, I get right next to them. In West Virginia, the last 2 years, not last 2 years technically, 2 of the last 3 years, because we went down in 21 and 22, we didn't make it down last year. It was fall turkey season when we were there. Just couldn't quite get close enough. In 21, I actually had some in range, but they were over my left shoulder where I couldn't really get a shot. And then coyotes come through and chase them, of all things. In 22, I killed that buck, the second day. So I did a little bit of turkey hunting in the morning, but I wasn't, really going hard after him. This year we go down. It's not fall turkey season, and I had him at like 15 yards multiple occasions. Just, it's like how it goes. Arson is fun when supervised by adults. Glad I just said that out loud to get clipped. So it takes you half a year to get a diamond snowy, and Mel gets both snow and caramel diamonds in a few days of early access? Yeah, but does she have 2 diamond mountain hares? I didn't think so. The amount of copium, I'll tell you. So, like, where actually are they? We haven't found one yet. I don't even know where else to look. Like, to be honest, I guess try here and go down. The comeback. We have a massive buck that walks out just after hours for 5 years straight. Hey, that old saying didn't, live that long for nothing. They don't get big being stupid. Do you have a dream trophy apart from the Diamond Snowy? Other than, like, super rares, because I feel like that's kind of like, any super rare to a degree is a dream trophy. Probably like... just an albino gold lion. Something like that. Listen, don't you dare with the hair talk, turtle boy. I did see all kinds of turtles in West Virginia. Never seen such turtlage. Fabled piebald, typical rag, great one whitetail. So we knew fabled piebald was a thing, because Lucretius, it wasn't his great one, and it was seemingly a bug, but he had like a level 2 fabled piebald or something in that Trailblazer beta when the whole, like, I guess reveal of great ones was a thing. And I think I got the 3rd ever great one, if memory serves correctly. And I remember like seeing the first 2 and like, being a little sad that I didn't get the first one. But I was like, mine's gonna be that fabled piebald though, and I'm gonna be cool. And then all these years later, there's like 1 or 2 ever that have been shot. Actually watched your Diamond Piebald Gray Fox vid again last night, still a golden choice. That hunt was, I can't remember if it was all in the same server. It probably wasn't. But, wasn't it albino raccoon, diamond bobwhite quail, and super rare fox? Pretty good day. I did no such thing, Mel. I want that hybrid goldeneye that you rubbed in my face. I felt so bad, because I didn't realize that Mel wanted a hybrid goldeneye, like the exact thing that I shot. So I was literally just making sure, like, hey, this is good, right? So I tagged her in Discord. I was like, hey, look, I did a thing. And she was like, I hate you, or something like that. I was like, oh, what'd I do? I didn't realize. Because I think she thought that I was like, heh, I got your thing, but I didn't know. They should make Fabled Piebald common and add more Fabled furs. They should do that. They should add more Fabled furs for red deer, probably some more rack variants. I wouldn't say that would revitalize whitetail and red deer grinding. People still do it a lot, but I would redo both, personally. Love watching the video where you got the 400 elk. I love watching you get excited. It's, it takes something beyond, I get relatively excited about, like, a normal diamond that's not a yak or whatever. But when it's 400 elk, 200 whitetail, stuff in classic or anything like that, they just come around so infrequently. I always imagine fabled melanistic red deer with antlers that have autumn leaves. That'd be good. I do want racks without leaves, but I like the visual. Best whitetail in real life was 180 and 6/8. May or may not have cried when Bama lost to Vandy. Tears of joy or tears of sadness? The 400 elk is still my home screen. It was mine. Now it's a still from a trail camera video of like, I can show you actually, because it looks nice. Just a little buck. That trail, by the way, right here, that's the one that we drug the doe out. So she was back this way a ways, but just died right below that trail, like, perfect. Anyway. A great one with bloody velvet antlers. It's kind of, in my opinion, amazing we haven't had a velvet great one. That seems like such a neat thing to do that we've just never had happen. What trail cams do you use? We have a mix of them. We have 4 stealth cams, a couple of, I don't know if it's WO Sports, WO Sports. It's just like an Amazon brand. What are those ones that you got? Are they WO Sports? They might be. And then some other kind that my brother recommended. They've been solid for us so far. Again, just Amazon ones. The velvet would be sick. As like a rare too, because you'll get deer that have some sort of, whether it's like a, you know, some sort of condition, or specifically where you'll see it is cactus bucks and antlered does, where they just won't shed their velvet. Antlered does in this game as a rare would be like so cool. Nevada has an early tag in August for velvet bucks and elk? Alright, stupid question. Are there whitetail in Nevada? Or just muleys? There were fines for storming the field? Worth it. They don't have whitetail, okay. Going to Mexico in January for a mission trip. There you go. Idaho has them, but not Nevada. I kind of didn't think they did, but it's a big state. I thought maybe there was somewhere that had them. This year's the first year they've added tags for moose. Well, that's a good sign, right? Should mean the moose population's doing well. Too dry. Makes sense. Imagine a great one either rubbing trees or fighting a diamond and shooting them. It would be neat if great ones left special clues. Scrapes, rubs, I'm thinking deer specifically. In the case of bears, maybe like a scratching post kind of looking thing. Almost time to head up. Got a really good feeling about this evening. That's why I started this stream so early, because I wanted to be like heading into the woods by 3:30 at the latest, hopefully 3-ish. Wrap up here a little after 2 and then head that way, but feels like a day where some deer can hit the ground. That's weird, Maximus. Where are your trail cameras? I'm in the area and ready to go streaking. Okay, so the first one's latitude number is 12.121212. And then the latitude is also 12.121212. Do you use food plots? We planted one new food plot this summer. It's done okay. The drought made it tough. And then my brother had a food plot already, so there's 2 on my dad's property. My little 14-acre parcel here, we could do food, but it's really, like, access-wise, it's kind of problematic to get there. Plus, the neighbor's property has like a bunch of ag, like cornfields and stuff. So we kind of just let our property be the bedding. Eventually I probably will do some sort of plot here, but I don't know, maybe when I work out some kind of deal with the neighbors for access to get around it, basically. Yeah, it can be either one, Mel. I pretty much early season, I really focus on does, especially this year, since we're gonna get a weaker rifle season, then we got to go to Colorado. We really rely, like the whole family does, on venison, so gotta fill the tags while we can. Did you see the new Japan clue? I saw the one with the sun. Is there anything, like, I was looking at it. I didn't see anything that, like, helped me figure out where that is. Bengals game was insane. That botched hold, I guess, on the field goal attempt. It's just like they can't get out of their own way. Today I don't think I can shoot a doe. It's too good a weather and the bucks are going to be moving. It depends on the situation for me. I think if a doe came through, if I could set up at 3:30 and a doe comes through at 3:45, I'll probably shoot it and just stay there. And then same thing 5 minutes before dark, probably just shoot one. So I was doing something, A-Ray. Was I driving by then? I think I was. So I didn't get to see it. Yeah, I was, because I remember just hearing the call for the Derrick Henry 51-yard run. Was it 4th and long, 4th and short? I don't know what kind of situation they were in. Detroit's doing better than I thought this year. Hey, they picked up right where they left off last year. They should add different seasons and change the fur type based on the season. That would be neat. Like if deer had summer coats and velvet and, you know, through the seasons, if they got like their darker winter coat, and even if they really wanted to go the extra mile. You know, a whitetail buck in particular, the body change is insane. Like they go from slender and basically like red in the summer to, there's a shot, to, you know, necks are huge, their chest and like shoulders look way bigger and stuff in the fall. You're lucky. No leopards today. I just don't know where they're hiding. I kind of think we're gonna reset the time here to a little bit earlier in the day and try to maybe bounce around at some tar locations, see if we stumble into one. What state do you own in? Pennsylvania. Thanks for the Quattro recommendation. Just found a level 3 pheasant. Ooh, there you go. Hopefully you can get on them. They're a pain on that map because they don't really hunker down. I don't know why, but that looked like a great one standing there. I guess it was like the way the sun was hitting, it looked like piebald almost. What? How did I miss by that much? Is this not multiplayer? Just my own map. How do you feel about the Vikings? Wait. Yeah. It's tough because, although we're getting past the point. Last year, Kevin O'Connell had, you know, Nick Mullins and Josh Dobbs throwing for 300 or 400 yards. But eventually defenses caught up to that. So I want to see like 1 or 2 more games before I can be like, all right, Sam Darnold's just out here slinging it at this point. It's not, you know, Kevin O'Connell just putting him in ideal circumstances, basically, but their defense appears to be legit. Have you ever taken a color phase animal in real life? Not that I know of. Nah, I don't think. We have like a good population of, I guess they're just gray squirrels with melanism, but we just call them black squirrels. Up north here in Pennsylvania. And I've hunted them, but I've never actually gotten the opportunity to take one. I want to. Have you checked out in the canyon? Here? Or... Maybe there. What would old man Flinter's reaction be when seeing Bigfoot? I saw you on the Patterson film many years ago. I always just thought you were a hoax. Alright, stand still, buddy. The whole thing. This. I haven't on my own map in a while. We can give it a shot. I count black squirrels in that, where I hunt. We have a ton of black squirrels. Yeah, one of these days I want to get out there and get one. What's up, sweetness? Thank you for the 37 months. Welcome back. Hope the hunting season goes well for you. Got a doe on Saturday, so we're off to a, as well, technically a better start, I guess, than even 2021. It's been since 2021, actually, that I shot a deer in Pennsylvania with a bow. 22 and 23, I didn't pull it off, but I did get my West Virginia buck in 22. And it's also been since 21 that I shot an opening day deer, so a couple of little improvements there, so if we can keep that rolling, that'd be good. Oh dear. Better hurry up. Huh? Something like an hour.
Yay.
You aren't out archery hunting today? I spent the first, I don't know, 4 hours of daylight, I should say, out today. And then we're going to wrap up the stream in about an hour. And then head north out to my parents' place, 30 minutes away, and try to get in the woods by like 3 o'clock. It's really going to be 3:30. Close enough. Dodging hurricanes and you're dodging deer. Oh geez, hopefully everyone's safe down there. Got 2 black bears this spring in Alberta. Nice. That's one thing that we don't have here is like spring black bear hunting. And I'd probably be more interested in bear hunting in the spring than the fall. Just chasing deer all fall, you know. Was that for that game idea, Go Fearless? 1B and 2F. I'm guessing we were in 2F, but let me see. If I could type, that'd be good. Yep. 2F is where we were. My goal for a whitetail is 180, which is kind of hard in Arkansas. It is, but it can be done. I do not dodge Breb. I don't. That I do not do. Were you asking where I'm at, Monica? I'm like West Central PA. Speaking of black bears, I get a free black bear tag with my lifetime license this year. How's that work? Like, just this year, or do you get one every year? What shotgun should I use? The Caversham? Yes, the Cacciatore is the palm. They took that horrible Picatinny rail thing off of it, and now it looks way better. Use that. Codaleucistic Snow Leopard, nice. Why are you massacring stubble quail? To get a diamond, or just because you don't like them? I should do more videos like that. What's the worst animal model? Today we're hunting jackals because they look stupid. Oh, I got you, Benson. That makes sense. The updated over-under is awesome. I know we looked at it. I don't know if I actually shot anything with it last weekend. They murdered my family. You know what? Fair enough. Go get them. Love your IO hunting videos. Just watched a couple of them. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. I'm trying to kind of up my game a little bit this year. I feel like in the past I've probably relied too much on voiceover narration, so really trying to, like, you know, do more on-camera interview stuff and then just, you know, let the scenes play out with either music or just the sounds of the outdoors. So managed to do that in West Virginia, no voiceovers. Hopefully I can continue that with PA. I also need a diamond that's completely coincidental, of course, of course. Still have hunting pressure here. No point worrying about that. Been using the gamekeeper. So did that also have the rail? It did, right? I have a level 7 still over on my map, but he keeps fleeing when I'm trying to hunt him. What do you think I should do? So one thing you can do is basically like just run after him, which I know that's going to sound dumb. Hang on. Take care of that. But eventually you'll probably catch up to him to a point where you can see him in the distance and maybe make a shot on the move. Not the easiest shot to make, but beyond like seeing him in the distance or whatever and stalking up to him, it's about your best bet. Alright, let's try the canyon area. Gonna head out. Good luck and... Oh, to Jay tagging out. Thank you, man. We'll say good luck to everybody else heading out tonight as well. Hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. So 1300 is a decent time for them. Let's go with that. I'm doing a moose grind for 1500 kills, and I'm getting discouraged. Any tips? I mean, what I would say before I give you any tips, taking some like time to go and do something else is not a bad thing. Just, you know, don't get burnt out on it kind of thing. Like if you gotta go and hunt for some other sort of thing, nothing wrong with doing that. As far as you know, tips for getting a great one moose, it took me, I don't know, 6,000 kills or so, but just stuck with it. What I did do was I picked out probably my 6 most consistent zones and really just focused in on them, and I ended up getting my great one not long after I did that. What did I miss? Somebody's subscribing, or I heard a thing. Well, whoever that was, thank you. I didn't get to see it. Which great one will you want in the future? I still think mule deer would be the coolest one. We'll go with that. What's your longest bow shot in Call of the Wild? Boy, I have no idea. I shot a diamond lion 120 meters, I think. Maybe that one. Grinding for the moose just got 6, so I guess there will be a break in the grinding. Yeah, you might as well, you know, not get too crazy and get tired of it. Is level 5 mule deer a diamond? It's got a chance at it anyway. Could troll you, but that is the max level for them. We'll love to see a turkey great one. I kind of think I'd like that. See, this is tough. If you had to shoot it with a shotgun, I think I could get behind it. The grinding aspect, though, it would just be plinking turkeys at 300 meters with the 22. Or, no, it wouldn't. What would actually be is blasting turkeys at 300 meters with, like, the 308 AR. So, like, from that perspective, the grind might be entirely uninteresting. The great one itself could be cool, though. Probably fallow, Jeff. The turkey great one's an oscillated. I don't hate that idea. We don't have any bird great ones yet, it's true. So we killed a 165 on our land, but still a ways to go for 180. Yeah, you gotta figure though, if you had the genes to get a 185, like the right genes given the opportunity to get to the right age, could happen. What map? Sooner Baton. 165 is still a hoss? Exactly. Just got my first great one. It was a black bear and got around 250 kills. Not bad at all. Congrats. Actually, wait, stubble quail great one, and it's just like the fattest little stubble quail you've ever seen. Black grouse great one's just extra mean. What would be a black grouse great one? Like a one the size of a turkey? I sort of wonder if they made the 44 worse in this last update. I've been noticing some shots that don't do quite as well as they used to. It's still good. So next chance of new great one's probably December. Yeah, in November, December, based on where we're at now. As far they did do red deer great ones were early November because I was archery hunting out here. I remember I want to say it was like November 10th or something like that. I remember being in the stand that morning and then seeing the notification. I was like, ah, geez, I gotta pack up and get back. Like, I'm gonna make a video on that. But yeah, other than that, I can't think of an update that's ever come out in like October. How do you find great ones? Is multiplayer your best chance? Multiplayer, it can happen, but it's a very slim chance. The best thing to do is a grind in single player, which is essentially just shooting hundreds, if not thousands, of the same species over and over and over again. If you're trying to get a great one whitetail, you know, hundreds or thousands of whitetail on your single player map, that's the way to go. Great one Bengal tiger would be sick. Now the grind for it, again, like, given the changes to respawns and stuff with tigers, that part could be, you know, quite a challenge, but I'm sure people would figure it out. Just go to Diamond 319 mule deer, nice. Gonna get ready, get a little bit of a drive. Good luck, same to you, man. Hopefully you smoke one. Nice, Eli. 20.77 diamond. How long did it take you for your great one tar? I'm currently 1,300 kills. Hope it comes soon. I think 3,600 kills, something like that. Which I know, well, I don't know if this is actually good or bad. I was gonna say I know that sounds really far off, but it was my second shortest grind, kill total wise. What's up, Eric? There's one thing I've been wondering. If you shoot a female, does it respawn as a female or is it random? A female animal that you shoot will always respawn as another female. And same with males. Would love to see foxes get great one and get all kinds of variants based on the kind of fox that it is. Could be kind of neat. People have, I don't know what started it, because I feel like it was when I was doing my diamond red fox grind. People were suggesting, like, imagine if they did a great one red fox. And I would, you know, at that point I was like, I'm just not getting one then. But Emerald Coast and what the heck? I guess New England, kind of. I feel like New England's not that good for red fox. But anyway, Emerald Coast, you know, is really quite solid for red fox, so I could see that grind being more tolerable, I guess. Great one red fox's shadow. Speaking of great one red fox, there was a red fox on my trail camera in my food plot the other day that it might as well have been a great one. That thing was huge. This stovetop is just not doing it. Lame. Got a diamond red fox on Yukon yesterday. Nice, congrats. Hopefully a good size one. Wonder if we get another predator great one. I'm sure eventually we will. Whether or not it'll be the next one, hard to say, but I'm sure we'll see more going forward. I think the black bear generally went over well. You do have some people that just don't care for him, because the grind's kind of difficult, but for a while there, that's what set them apart. Like, they were the third great one, right? It was whitetail, red deer, black bear? I think. Whitetail and red deer at that point were like, yeah, you know, that guy got another great one red deer, but they're not that hard to get. Black bear was like, you got a great one black bear? That must have been tough, you know? What gun? 44 lever action. Ooh, nice K-Dog. Oh, speaking of Emerald Coast, you gotta be on Emerald Coast if you're shooting Stubble Quail. Speaking of Emerald Coast, Red Fox being good. Little guy only 14.09. Hey, if it makes diamond, it makes diamond. Great one, Bobcat. Oh boy. Kyla might as well open a bakery. Well, I don't know if she's making English muffins. I think so. But we have a sort of plan to make a bunch of like homemade frozen breakfast sandwiches. So she's making English muffins, and then we'll cook a bunch of eggs and like sausage patties or whatever. Freeze them and throw them in little freezer bags or whatever, and then, you know, when I'm going out for an all-day sit on November 3rd, wake up, walk downstairs, pop one of those things in the microwave, take Shadow out, you know, eat that real quick while I'm getting ready, or grab it with me when I go to jump in the truck if I'm hunting a mom and dad's, and away you go. Rather than whatever it is, like $12 a box for the Jimmy Dean ones, and it's like 8 of them in there. Might be more than that. It's terrible. You're gonna have to make all the English muffins at my parents' house, Kyla. No moose in Pennsylvania? Ain't no moose in Pennsylvania. Breakfast burritos are good too. When me and my family went fishing, we put a few foil wrap burritos on the dash. The sun warmed them up. I am a sucker for a good breakfast burrito. Chris, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. I always thought about making homemade breakfast burritos, but I thought that freezing them would be, like, maybe they wouldn't turn out as good. The breakfast sandwich thing seems really straightforward, because I think the way to go would actually be to freeze all the elements separately, and then, like, assemble them once they're frozen. I don't know how, I guess, you know, if you buy a frozen breakfast burrito, it's not like it comes not assembled, so I don't know, but maybe the eggs and stuff are frozen, and then, well, I don't know. Anyway. Like me some Jimmy Dean bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits? That's basically the idea, but homemade. And it'll be sausage, not bacon, but, you know. Doing great today. Nice. Missed Whale Hunter videos? I wish, like, I was a little more into it right now. I don't know what it is, but there just hasn't been a lot for me to be like, you know, like any video that I ever make for these games, there's something that I can't wait to go and find out. You know, every time I go out in Classic, like, what kind of cool thing might be on this map? It's a fresh population file. Multiplayer is the same idea. Who knows what's out there? Way the Hunter, I could do multiplayer, but because as a concept, you know, the aging thing is built in, I feel like single player is better, but it's really hard to be like, what's gonna be out here when I know what's out there, minus the 1-star Youngs. That's kind of where I'm at. Alright. Who's hiding the snowies? Like, when I really think about it, I just don't know where they are. Down here, I guess? Worth a look. Nothing better than Hardee's bacon, egg, and cheese, though, or biscuits and gravy. You know what I want to try making? And I don't even remember everything that was in it. We went to a place in Breckenridge, like the day that we flew back home. And they had what was called breakfast pot pie. And it was like biscuits and gravy and eggs. And I don't remember. It was really good. But we also had a big dinner the night before, so I ate like half of it. And it made me sad. And Diamond Snowy yet? Nope. I haven't killed a Snowy yet. Which this wouldn't be the first time, or even the second time, that we've gone like a full 2 hours without finding a Snowy. We did kill that Diamond Yak. So does that. Do you like hot dogs? They're alright. Hot dog. Can't find the Snowies because they're on break? I'd believe it. made over 50 bacon, sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast burritos, froze them all, put them in the microwave for 2 minutes, then fry them in a pan on both sides, ended up eating them all. Nice. So they didn't end up being... frying them in a pan is a good idea. Because I did think if you made them that way and then froze them and then microwaved them, they'd come out kind of soggy, but that was smart. I feel you on the Snowies. I've had the map since it came out and I've only saw 5. I feel like the reason I do well in multiplayer is I get the impression most people probably don't bother with snow leopards. So there's areas that I know are kind of good for Snowies, and I'll go through there and, you know, inevitably after a while I'll end up finding one here and there. I think in single player, we've shot the ones in the areas where I kind of know, and then the respawns are like somewhere, but I don't know where that somewhere is. Huh? I don't know how we did that. The new night vision scope's still good. Yeah, I'm excited to do a latent trophy cabin hunt. That thing's still going. Anyway, I'm excited to try it out for coyotes and boar. I spook a lot of them, but I never see them before they spook. For a while there, I was getting good at, like, if they warning called, you know, really slowing down and locating them, but anymore, I just run at them and try to get them that way. What's up, Timothy? How often do you run into modded maps on multiplayer? I don't find too many on Sooner Baton. I actually can only think of one. Now, I run into speed hackers and stuff, unfortunately, relatively often. The most modded maps I ever saw was when I was trying to get that Diamond Bobcat. I mean, New England was like 1 out of every 3 servers was modded. It was crazy. And I don't know why. What's up, Thunder Gunner? Do you have a video of your IRL 180 whitetail? I do. If you just look up Flinter 180, it should come up. Something to perhaps keep in mind with that video. We had a series on Wild TV, like a TV network in Canada and some places in Europe and stuff. So it was like a made-for-TV episode, so like there aren't commercials in it, but there's ad breaks where it'll like fade to black for the commercial, and then, anyway. That's the reason for the slightly different structure than normal. Just for the heck of it. I'll go up this road, I usually don't. What are modded servers? I'm on consoles, so I never heard of them. Basically, people use cheats to make it so, like, every animal on the map's a diamond or a rare, or you'll get ones... These are hard to identify, but if you've played enough multiplayer, you kind of start to figure it out. You'll get ones where it's not every animal, or even most animals, but you just find, like, too much good stuff. One time I was hunting over Hunga Savannah. This is the best example I can give. And I'm going along, and I see a pack of jackals. 4 of them are normal. One's melanistic, and I'm like, oh, no way, like, melanistic jackal, that's really cool. So, I start to sneak in for a shot, and I look over to the right, and there's a gold fur gemsbuck laying there, and it's like, now it's got my attention. I'm thinking, like, this might be off. But, you know, I shot 2 piebald moose in the same herd. It happens. So I kept on sneaking in, and a herd of widgeon flies over. A flock of widgeon flies over. And they're all level 1s and 2s. And then there's a 3. And at that point, I'm like, this is modded. Now, in total, I saw like 20 animals there, and like 3 of them were special. But for them to all be in the same area, obviously something was up. I think she has meat hunters, Eli. I don't know. Your Subnautica videos were great. I don't know if I'll do videos or just stream it, but I really want to do another playthrough of Subnautica. I love that game so much. I can smell the sourdough from up here, Kyla. Grinding stubble quail is rather therapeutic, you say. I have WoW TV. Oh, nice. Currently playing Call of the Wild right now, and I don't have patience for it. What do I do because I love playing it? I say there's two ways to go. Either, you know, you hunt stuff that doesn't require as much patience, run around the coast of Emerald Coast and just shoot every croc you see, stuff like that. Or, what I used to be a lot less patient with Call of the Wild. But at some point, and it wasn't really an intentional thing, I started to really, like, take pride in, you know, I jump in a multiplayer server, and I might spend 3 hours there. But I'm trying to, like, find that one thing. Whether that's a diamond or a rare or whatever. I guess that's kind of the two options. If I can, you know, jump on a Rancho server and kill a diamond pronghorn like we did a couple of weeks ago or last week, I feel like that's as big a success for me as, you know, anything else I do in Call of the Wild. Because when you get one chance at it, you know, you join a multiplayer server, when you leave that server, unless you join the same host again, you'll never see those animals again. If you can manage to succeed in that, like, it made me more patient because I really like trying to kind of crack that code, per se, and find that one animal that's out there somewhere, because you gotta figure, any multiplayer server you join, there's something on there somewhere, you just gotta find it. Is a pale capercaillie rare? It is. It is indeed. Watched a video recently, and you mentioned how long you've been doing this, which made me realize how long I've been watching you do this, and how I feel old. Thanks for that. No worries. I'm feeling old too. I gotta update my Twitch thing again. Now I'm 27. You know, when I was 17 when I started. I haven't been, I mean, technically I've been at it for over 10 years, but, like, I still can't shoot, that's for one thing. I made a couple of videos, then stopped for a couple months, then, like, May of 25 will be officially 10 years. At least how I count it. It's called the what best for controller or mouse? I think it's better on mouse and keyboard, but, you know, some people prefer controller. Like, nerds. No, what's up, Andrew? No, I mean, we killed a diamond yak, but, like, you know, that's like saying we killed a silver snow leopard. Hey, Shadowhunter. Nothing just yet. May of 25 will have our first teaser for the new map. Yeah, it's usually about right, isn't it? How dare you? Weston, thank you for the super chat. Welcome on in. Why do you play multiplayer instead of single player? I was actually just going to talk about that a minute ago. It's... this part was more than a minute ago. One of my favorite things about Call of the Wild is, or let's even say about hunting games generally, because it's the reason I really love Classic, is the aspect of the unknown. Like, when I come over this next hill, who knows what's going to be there? Maybe it's going to be a super rare snow leopard. Maybe it's going to be a silver woolly hair. You never know. To a degree in single player, you kind of do know after you've explored your map a bit. Like, you know, anything you shot, there's a respawn of that. But, you know, we run through here, and these woolly hair are here probably most times, and usually I don't shoot them. So, unless I shoot these woolly hair, there's not going to be a super rare woolly hair right here, because it's the same group of them every time. To me, when I go into a multiplayer server, all that's unknown. And it just, you know, every video I record, like I was saying earlier, like, I can't wait to find out what that hunt's going to bring. In single player, it's hard to get that same excitement for it. So that's why I do multiplayer. Thanks, Mars. He was truly one of a kind, for sure. So close to 400k, indeed, and so close to another 24-hour stream. Have you checked the upper left corner of your map? Yeah. The last big one we killed in single player was like right here. Every time I've been back since, there isn't one. So I'm assuming his respawn is elsewhere, and I just don't know where that elsewhere is. Reese, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Multiplayer is like a box of chocolate. You'll never know what you're going to get. Exactly. Just have a bad memory. You'll never remember what you've seen where. There you go. Oh my god, a snow leopard. I found one. Only took 2 hours. I got my first diamond piebald red deer last night. Nice. On Emerald Coast as well. That's pretty cool. I just saw it. I think I just saw it. Maybe I didn't, but stopping isn't going to make us any closer to it. I do well with that in multiplayer, Eli, but in single player, you know, it seems a lot of my snow leopards are, you know, random places like here. That's been part of the struggle. Remember, go pss, 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 pss. Here, buddy. Another rare female? Hey, if we get an albino, I won't complain. Could be like Great One grinding all over again, though. You know, get every possible rare or whatever. I like multiplayer, but I'm always afraid other players are going to come over and ruin my hunt. I get you. And I have that happen on occasion. It's a relatively rare thing that somebody's like going to come ruin my hunt, but I've had it happen. I talked about it on Friday. Speaking of rare female snow leopards, the melanistic one that I shot with a 44, and I kind of took a quick fleeing shot, and I ended up, actually, the shot was placed properly, but, well, the shot could have been placed properly, but I hit the tail, and that stopped the bullet enough it didn't get in the lungs. I didn't say it in the video because I'm not interested in, like, making excuses for a bad shot or whatever. The reason I took the shot is because there was a speed hacker who had followed me twice. Like, came up behind me, got close to me, and, like, I fast traveled away. And then actually, he kind of helped me get the thing without knowing it, because I fast traveled to where I ended up finding the melanistic. And then he was chasing me again. And I actually shot at him, and he turned around and left. But, you know, then there's a speed hacker in the server, and I'm trying to find this melanistic snow leopard, and just terrified he's going to beat me to it. So, I know the feeling. That's definitely one of the things you got to contend with in multiplayer, unfortunately. But I'd say like 98 to 99% of my encounters and experiences in multiplayer are positive. I try not to, K-Dog, but like, if I have to, I will. Oh, just saw it. Can we get a shot at that or no? It has to come through right here. I love when they skid to a stop. Makes me feel like all the hours of trying to find them is just like a little more satisfying, a little more worth it. Speed hackers are bozos? I know, right? Like I said, in a roundabout way, he helped me because I probably wouldn't have, well, I'd eventually have gone down there, but maybe I wouldn't have found its track or anything. But, yeah, I mean, it was such an interesting thing because I don't really recall him. Most speed hackers you see in multiplayer, like, if you watch the chat, it's like, player harvested a blue sheep, and then it's 7 more of them because they're just speed hacking around and shooting them all. We never quite hit the heart on these things. Anyway, I don't remember him doing any of that, but it was like he was like trying to annoy me or whatever, or like scare me, because he would just like come flying up behind me, and I'm paying attention, so I would like fast travel away or whatever. And then I don't know what his plan was. I don't know if he's trying to scare me, I don't know if he was trying to be annoying, but yeah. Didn't want nothing to do with it. Why hack when you can grind normally? It's a question as old as time. That's it. Much more rewarding putting in the work. Yeah, people cheat and stuff in life outside of games too, so I guess it's inevitable, but to some degree, if you're cheating at things in life, whether that's for money or whatever else, there's some aspect of, like, getting ahead. What are you gaining by cheating in a game? I don't know. That's why I'm hesitant to jump on multi. I get it. I get people that are just like, yeah, I don't play multiplayer. I don't want to deal with the hackers and stuff. Totally understand that. Poked my eye trying to scratch my eyebrow. Oh no. I don't trust any servers with hackers, modders, or cheaters. I know hate's a strong word, but I genuinely hate them. I get you. I'm generally, you know, if I had been in that server, if I hadn't, wait, well, double negative. If I had been in that server for like 10 minutes and that speed hacker showed up, I'd have left. But I had been there for like an hour and a half. I knew the server was legit. And then the speed hacker joined, and it wasn't long after that I found the melanistic, but, generally, if I see, you know, a level that's above 60 or anything like that, I just leave. Does multiplayer disconnect all the time? Yeah. Sadly. I speed hacked and money XP things, Wiimod. Well, I felt bad for hacking, so I started a new game, and grinding normally way happier. I've actually run into a couple of people, and I think both have been in the last, like, 6 months that have said, like, you know, I used to hack, but I watch your videos, and now I started over and I don't hack. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool. I respect that. And I respect your situation as well. What would your opinion be if the Call of the Wild creators created a game where we can hunt and fish in the same game? It'd be cool. I mean, I think Call of the Wild, the Angler being separate from the Hunter Call of the Wild was less because they felt like it needed to be a separate game and more because adding fishing to an already, at the time, nearly 6-year-old game that wasn't made for fishing to begin with would have been a struggle. If they ever do that down the road, I mean, Alaskan Adventures had hunting and fishing, not at the same time, like you either went on a hunt or a fishing trip. What was the game? There was a Cabela's game. Was it Outdoor Adventures? It doesn't seem right, but maybe. But you could, you know, you could go hunting and then you could get to, like, marked fishing spots and you could go fishing and catch pike or whatever. I like that. I think it'd be cool if they ever did it. I call them out every time. I'm the unofficial, unofficial game police. I call them out as long as I'm not actively, like, trying to make a video or whatever. Because my fear is if I'm, like, you know, nice level 107, that they're going to come over and just annoy me the rest of the hunt. So it depends on the situation. Love if they added ice fishing event during Christmas time. That'd be kind of cool. I like that idea. Would you say the Hunter Classic or Way the Hunter is a more immersive experience? It depends on how you play, I think. Way the Hunter can be. But at the same time, hold that thought. Royal S, thanks for becoming a Super Shoester. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the support. If you're not in the Discord, be sure to join that as well. And enjoy the member badges and emotes. Thank you once again. So, circle back around to the immersion thing. If you reach the point that I would say most Way the Hunter players reach, where it's kind of like, alright, I have my herds managed. I have a 3-star adult. I just need to pass some time and get him to 5-star. The immersion begins to go away there, and because Classic doesn't have that system, minus spawn mashing, but I would say that's not like a, no, every Classic player reaches the point where they just spawn mash. I don't I don't believe that to be the case. I think Classic is more immersive in that way. Way the Hunter's graphics, animal models and stuff, definitely more realistic. But yeah, for me, I've been playing Classic for 14 years. I have 7,000 hours or so in it. I've never lost that immersive feeling. In Way the Hunter, after about 700 hours, I start to lose it. What's up, Bree? I had nothing moving this morning. I think this evening's going to be good, but I was like kind of shocked. I sat out till 10 o'clock because I had to get back here and stream, and my cell cam sent me the photos from the last 24 hours at 9, and I thought, like, man, I chose the wrong spot. There was going to be a buck, you know, right up there at the stand I killed my doe at on Saturday. 2 squirrels. Just nothing going on. I'd just be happy with a cold front. I get that. If it's still in the 90s, no fun. Should be soon, right? Should start to cool down. This one here, Anders. This is from the Ambusher pack. It's the 44 lever action. It's also awesome. What map? Sooner Baton. Went out this morning, only saw turkeys and a coyote. Yeah, better morning than I had. I saw a bunch of songbirds. Best gun in the game, you can make the argument for sure. You know what's amazing, Rain? Classic added non-tips about 10 years ago. I was in high school. I was a freshman in high school, I think. So that'd be like 12 years ago. Is that right? That doesn't seem right. Maybe it is. Well, regardless. 10 or 12 years ago. All these years later, no other game has managed to do something like that. Now, like, Call of the Wild has great ones. And they're more rare than non-tips in a sense. Unless you're Mel. But I don't know. Like, there's something so special about, like, the randomness and the true rack aspect of non-tips that Classic pulled off all those years ago. Are you getting out this evening, Bree? You like my squirrel friend, Shadowhunter? That was so cool. I love stuff like that. After that encounter, and I saw the coyote that morning and turkeys and stuff. Will suggested that we change the name of that stand to the Snow White stand, and I think he's got a point. I did, Rylan. My 2 favorite fall activities back-to-back kicked me in the teeth. It was a close game, so of course I stayed up and weather delay and everything. 1 a.m. the game was over. And of course, Steelers lost basically on the last play. There was 20 seconds or something after that. But then I had to be up at 5:30 to hunt where I wanted to, and I didn't see a single deer. So I'm rolling on like 4 hours of sleep because the game ended at 1. Obviously, win or lose, I'd have had too much, you know. I would have been too amped up to immediately fall asleep, but then I got to sit there and reflect on, like, man, like a Landon Roberts forced that fumble with Rico Daddle diving over the line. Couldn't recover it. I think the play before, or maybe 2 plays before, I want to say it was the play before, Dak almost fumbled going in the end zone. If that ball had come out and gone over the goal line, that would have been a touchback. Steelers would have won there. Like, it was, I just had to replay everything in my head. So yeah, that was great. What game? The Steelers-Cowboys game. I like the thing, Shadowhunter, where, like, you, for a fish under 2.5 pounds or whatever, you, like, pull it out of the water and just catch the line. Something I've done in real life plenty of times, like, felt like a good animation. The only thing that's weird is, say you're fishing from the Blue Bridge, and you're way up over the water, and then you just yeet that fish like 40 feet up in the air. That's a little odd looking. What all do you hunt in real life? I grew up with elk and deer, with coyotes mixed in. I mostly just whitetail hunt. Some turkey hunting, a little bit of small game hunting, but whitetail's like far and away the main focus. As a Cowboys fan, I'm so lucky I was able to watch Dak be the first player to throw an interception in one game on 2 separate days. That was something, wasn't it? I saw that stat and I was like, yeah, you know what? Makes sense. That probably never has happened before. In a win, no less. If it ever does happen again, it'll probably be in a loss. It's a good game, though. I can't, you know, the Colts game, like, it just felt like, God, the referees are just really, they're being super ticky-tack on stuff. When I, like, reflected on the game there with the Cowboys, it was like, nah, they executed when it mattered. I can't even be, I'm mad that they lost, but I can't be mad about it. Does that make sense? Did you watch the Georgia-Alabama game? I think me and Will watched it. Yeah. I don't know if we watched the entire thing, but we watched the ending because Georgia came all the way back, and then Ryan Williams made that insane play, and then Georgia got down to, I don't remember, like the 10 or something, and threw an interception. Steelers may have Mr. Unlimited. I don't know. But the Lions got Mr. Perfect Jared Goff. Ignore he got bailed out by pass interference, but we still take it. I am curious to see if Russ starts this week. I kind of think it might happen. But I don't think anything's going to change if I'm being honest with you. You know what else was on? George Pickens apparently had, like, he played less, he was on the field less than Van Jefferson and Calvin Austin. So something's stirring there with Pickens, and that ain't good. I didn't get to watch it, Jake. I just saw the final score, but that's why you play the games, right? If football was played on paper, Bama would have won 100 times out of 100. Haven't gone hunting yet because of being in the field, but hopefully this weekend I can go out. Got my eye on a target buck. There you go. I don't know where you're at, but I know for us, this weekend, like, next Monday's stream is probably going to get rescheduled too, because there's another cold front coming through next Monday if the weather holds, with how the forecast is now. But, maybe you'll have that kind of, hello there, that kind of thing coming through when you can get out. Nice. These English muffins are sold? I have a buck behind where I hunt. I've only seen this buck. He's an A-point with split tines. That's cool. I'm a bow lever. Nix is getting his stride. The only game of his I've gotten to see was the Steeler game, and he, you know, that was early still. They seem to be, you know, doing everything right now. They beat the Bucks. They beat the, who did they beat last week? I can't remember. And then the Raiders this week. They are garbage. They'll be fine. You're the sniper called a lot. As long as you ignore, like, the 15 misses I've had earlier on shots like that, then it works. Miffins. Is that pronounced Kayla? I'm assuming so. All the rookie QBs have win records. Who would have saw that coming? Who would have saw? I mean, Jaden Daniels is a straight up baller. Caleb Williams seems like he's finding his stride, and Bo Nix riding a really solid defense. Get it? Because Broncos. Who else? Because there were other ones. Drake May's not playing. Penix isn't playing. And McCarthy got hurt, yeah. Like, outside is done, inside is not. Slice them, throw them in the toaster, they'll be good. So, let's see if I can get this. Before the stream, because I had like 10 minutes, I took the 44 lever action to the range, and I tried to figure out the holdover for, like, just where the crosshairs get, like, a little bit thicker. And I wanted to see, like, roughly where to aim at 300. And there's nothing specific to do, but I'm going to see if I can get it right from memory. Basically, it's, like, halfway up. It's like 3/4 of the distance of the thinner crosshairs. Like that. Did you watch the Undercover Baker video? I don't think I saw that. Yeah, McCarthy did look good, Dustin. But now Darnold looks good, so now, what do you do? Have you checked out that Pokemon Sleep app? No, I actually... You probably told me about it, I'm completely spacing on it, but I can't even remember what it was. Just dropped in to drop a like, good luck hunting, thank you, man. Appreciate that. What's up, JP? How about them Phillies? Baseball, yeah. I have no idea. It's an official Pokemon sleep tracker app. Oh, okay. I'll get it. See what it looks like. Is it called Pokemon Sleep? Pokemon Sleep. Yep. In-app purchases. If Pikachu can wake me up, I'm ready for it. Shadow did... like, if my alarm went off regular today, I bet I wouldn't have got up. But Shadow wanted out 4 minutes before my alarm. And it made it, like, really just easy to stay up. It's so dumb how it works, but... like, that sharpness of the alarm going off versus being woken up, like, slowly by Shadow, like, whining. Such a difference mentally. Okay, let's bounce around, try to kill some tar. Maybe we get a Snowy to show up as we do it. That's the Pokeball you're always buying, the snooze ball? The snooze ball. He actually does, you can set the alarm to be Pikachu yelling at you? I hope there's like a gentle one. Like, I can't really think of a Pokemon cry that immediately jumps out as gentle. Can't wait for Modern Gun Deer season. When's that start for you? What's up, BW? Any luck IRL yet? Killed a doe Saturday morning. Was my first archery deer on my own property, so that was pretty cool. Something that I've kind of only really come to appreciate the last couple years hunting public land and having like 0 success. And I don't mean killing deer. I mean finding deer. Oops. It made me realize, like, yeah, I've killed a lot of deer, but largely because I've hunted in areas where, like, you know, Dad told me the deer moved through this way or to set up over on, you know, this area or whatever. And sure, I shot that 180 on my property, but that was 100 some yards away with a gun. So to learn, you know, how the deer use this property and set up the right way and all that kind of stuff, like, it felt a little more significant because of that. Just seen something about the Chiefs will probably try to get in Adams. It will not be fun for the rest of the AFC if that happens, I don't think. First weekend in November, not bad. Should I post a pic of the sturgeon we caught? Absolutely. Favorite great one. Whitetail for the memory, specifically of it like running right past us. Moose for the look. The gully crossover? I might be stupid. Gully crossover? Been doing herd management for my red deer grind. Let me pick a spot here. My spawns have been 4s and 3s, but couldn't find 5 or higher. Any tips? They gotta be somewhere, right? There's gotta be something decent out there. What map should I start out on in Classic? I would say Loggers Point's probably your best bet. Loggers is slower, meaning like you're not gonna find as many deer and stuff, but it's open. I think it's a good map to learn the game on. Cause like, let's say you get a buck grunt and you're gonna use your little can caller, you know, your... As you call it in, on a map that's so open like Loggers, you could probably watch it come in and you start to just learn different things by actually getting to see them. Red Feather's great for deer. White Heart's very good for deer. I just think that openness of Loggers adds that extra little element. Got a 342 Elkin Classic, not too bad. Anybody home? Nothing at all, huh? What's up, Travis? Loggers isn't nice to me. It can be so hit or miss. You done baking? You're annoyed. Okay, but are you done baking?
Yes.
Too bad. That would have been a good time to have a camera. Kyla comes walking and says, "I'm annoyed," and she has her over it jacket on. It's just, or not jacket, sweater. It just says over it in like all caps.
You told me to get it.
No, I said that's your jacket. I didn't say you get it. There's that 42 again. Alright, so we're gonna kill something here. I don't care if it's a tar or a snow leopard or whatever. And we'll probably have to wrap up so we can get out and get in the woods. I'm pretty glad with 2.5 hours, like all things considered. It'll be... okay, good. That was weird. It'll be 7 or 8 hours spent in the tree today. Couple of, you know, morning and evening combined. Still got a 2.5 hour stream in, killed a snow leopard, so, you know, we didn't get completely skunked. Not a bad deal. If we could find something to take, that would be good. Do you do YouTube full time? I do indeed. Do you have a snow leopard guide video? I don't. I could probably do one by now. I have a pretty decent idea of where snow leopards, like, you know, sort of. Oh, snow leopard. I have a pretty decent idea of where they tend to show up. What you doing? But, yeah, I don't know. It feels weird to make a guide be like, this is a snow leopard guide. Meanwhile, like, I've been struggling to get a diamond snow leopard for 4 months. Can I push? You'll probably get unstuck, so I'm gonna have my gun ready. Can I push you out of there? Ow! Jerk. I need new thumbnail images. Ow. Oh. Really? You went back there? It wants pets. I'll pet it alright. The last one that did this was a mythical. It's kind of hard to get like a majestic, as cool as they are. They're so low to the ground, like it's just weird. Alright, I'm gonna give you one more chance to escape. Actually. Let's not die. Be free. I'm gonna shoot you after the fact, but be free. You know what? It's a good pick, it's not bad. Oh, how do we make this interesting? With a bow, I guess? Do you have all the great ones? I have a great one of every species. Like, all 6 animals that have great ones, I have one great one for that. So evil trying to get him out and then killing him? It's less evil than just killing him stuck there, though, right? I tried to be nice. Bless you. Think I have to scroll far enough? I don't even know if I have arrows for this. Da, da, da. Oh, I do. Okay, I don't know how to aim this. So, I'm probably going to 20. Try to do a far bow shot. I could do 40. Oh, smoked it! I didn't really think we'd be able to get it. It still wanted to go back to its stupid tree, though. I don't know why it liked it there so much. This is the same spot where we got the melanistic snow leopard, and to... Ooh, almost didn't smoke it. To circle back to the snow leopard guide thing. Like, this is one of those spots where they tend to kind of be, but... it's a lot easier in multiplayer. Because you go through, if there's not one there, probably one of the other, like, hotspots has one. In single player, like, you hit your you hit your hotspots, and then the respawns end up in a not hotspot, and then you gotta figure out where they live. That tree's the snow leopard's love, I guess. He was, well, she was tree hugging. Smells like pine? So what you're saying is she was pining for that thing? I'm gonna re-equip the 44 lever action, because otherwise, next time I hunt, I'm gonna be running around the recurve. And then we'll wrap it up. That death animation was a bit sad. Yeah, a little bit. I kind of like. I like that they've added that for more animals, because the first animal, in my recollection, that got it was the Cape Buffalo, and slowly but surely they've added it to, you know, I think Gensbuck got it maybe next. Lions have it, like obviously snow leopards. Mountain goats have one. Like, it's pretty neat that they have death animations, but you know, if you see them up close, it's kind of like, oh, sorry. Anyway. Found a giant Rosie 49 to 121. Holy. That is going to do it for this stream. 2 snow leopards ultimately ended up, sad as it is to say, 2 female snow leopards, but a pretty solid snow leopard stream. And we shall be back Wednesday. I think it'll still be 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I gotta decide on that, because it gets dark at like 7:10. We'll see. I'll make a post if the stream ends up getting moved. Might be a little bit later on Wednesday, but yeah, we shall see. Good luck in the woods. Thank you guys. If you're heading out, good luck to you all as well. On that note, that's going to do it for this one officially. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support today and putting up with the fairly extreme schedule change, 3 hours early. And I will see you in tomorrow's video, jumping back into the Hunter Classic.